Everybody. Hello, everybody. So, we are doing a what if that. I'm going to say this right here. I talked over with a good friend of mine. I'm going to link his channel in the description. Go check out his stuff. He is awesome to hang out with. And yeah, he's a great guy to hang out with. We were talking about two what ifs that I have in mind. And basically, me and him, well, we were talking about them. And one of them is something that I think a commenter will enjoy knowing that I'm going to be doing. But this one is something that I've been holding off for a while, and I think it's about time I got to it. So, yeah. And he helped me with coming up with the story because I was kind of lost on how to do this because I don't know how to put in a guy who's a butler slash spec ops. Basically, this is what if Deku was Alfred Pennyworth. In a sense. So, straight off the bat, Deku is going to have a type of endurance quirk. It is going to be, well, he has, it's kind of like a build-up thing. Like, he can build up to resistance to poisons and all kinds of problems a lot faster. And once he builds up to certain things, like, I don't know, I would say, like, the most strongest poison, he can build up endurance, like, resistance against certain gases and stuff like that. And Deku's family life is basically this. His dad was a spec ops military personnel who went really high in the world and then retired after a knee injury and some other injuries. And he started training Deku with all kinds of military tactics and all that. And he became probably the most fierce kid you could ever meet. Like, let's put it this way. Deku, growing up, he has had food that was laced with all kinds of different poisons. And his body took this as a challenge to just exercise his quirk. Basically, this is Deku's biology. You look at him, he's fine, healthy, all that. You take a sample of his blood, it's toxic. You ever seen Siege, like Legion's backstory? That's basically his blood. His blood is, he's immune to so many kind of things, and it's insane. Like, most of the time, he's not even sick, really. Once he got sick first time, yeah, he was never sick again. I think a lot of people would want to have this quirk. So, yeah, Deku has a type of endurance quirk, and that's probably the most overpowered thing you could get when it comes down to vitality. Now, for what's going to happen here is this. Now, Deku, seeing how his dad's medical expenses and all that were pretty pricey, he had to go get a job at 8. And what ended up happening there was he found out that Momo, her family, needed a new bodyguard. One that would serve for, like, a life kind of thing. So Deku applied. And what ends up happening is this. Deku goes there, and everyone's like, you know what, this kid's not going to cut it. And even the family head, the father, says, just jokingly says, all right, so if you take out my head guard, the best of the best we got, you can enter. And that was probably the most amazing thing ever, too, at that point, because let's put it this way, Deku's a highly trained assassin at this point. Like, you could put him on odd, like, how do I put it? He's, like, beyond Assassin's Creed crap you could ever pull. Beyond Batman level. And this is basically what Deku's going to do. He is going to, well, this guy's got a quirk. His quirk is prediction. Better yet, no. I'm going to say it is a type of pike quirk. He can pull out, like, pikes, like bone pikes or something. Like, his body generates pikes, alright? They're like sticks that are sharp, alright? And that's basically what Deku's up against. And what does Deku do? Simple. He straight up just swipes his feet, and then actually no, first he hits him with his elbow in the stomach. Well, punches him in the stomach, actually. That would make more sense. And basically then swipes his feet and punches him in the face, knocking him out in 3 moves. And I would say that's exactly where the father instantly signs the paperwork and has him under a payroll. And boy, oh boy, is everybody shocked. So Deku, for living there, is wearing this. And that's the best image I could come and find. I couldn't really find a clearer one, but that's the best I could find. So yeah, Deku, he is straight up a butler slash bodyguard. And what is going on here is this. Deku's pay is over, like, in American dollars, it's $800 a fucking day. So, yeah, he's getting rich pretty quickly. Now, that's enough to cover his dad's expenses. And he lives in the mansion and all that. So, basically, this is what's going to go on. Deku, for most part of his life, he is just living with Momo, going to school with Momo, protecting her everywhere. And to be honest, this is like, he's insanely good at his job. Like, she's been captured, 45 times in about, the first year? And he has saved her, actually prevented most of them, and before they can really do anything, really, like, once they got in the van, he was able to quickly take them all out. Now, Deku, yes, they have been captured once by some, like, really heavily duty guys, but he was quickly able to escape and quickly get her out of there, but also kill all of them. Yeah, Deku is fucking nasty. And you're probably wondering what he used them with. Well, he has knives littered all over his suit. They're all very well hidden and very much, make the suit comfortable. They're, in total, the knives weigh around his whole body would be around 40 pounds. Now, Deku, he's got blades in his shoes, I would say he has, like, gloves on, like black gloves, and, yeah. So, Deku, he's a really tidy guy, and he really takes care of Momo, and I'd say that he's almost, like, really cold. Now, we're going a little Black Butler here, but anyways. So, for what happens on the entrance exam, he is in the same kind of thing with the recommendation, because the father's like, okay, so we're getting you a recommendation no matter what, because you can become a hero that will become her partner slash bodyguard and take care of her. And that's kind of like what their goal is. So, yeah. When he enters the written exam, Deku, he's pretty much wearing a suit. And a lot of girls are, like, wondering, why is he wearing a suit? This is, like, weird. Oh, my God. And basically what happens next is this. Deku gets first with Momo. And, oh, boy. What happens with the physical exam? Because I saw one of the comments saying, oh, yeah, it's only for the recommendations. Well, physical exam, Deku nails that perfectly. Remember, he's Spec Ops trained, so yay. Military training all over the place. Like, anti-torture, how to survive it, all that kind of stuff he's got. Now, as for everything else, like what he's, I think I don't know if they did the practical exam, but if they did, Deku nailed it, alright? Like, Araka was saved by someone else. I would say it's like Bakugo or Ida or someone. Just by pure luck. But yeah, Deku either way gets in. And what happens here is this. When he gets in on the first day with the whole training thing, I'm just going to say this right here. Deku and Aizawa, they know each other. They have fought each other. When they go full out, like if Deku actually went full out, he'd always win. He is always won when he goes full out. But when he goes half, and Aizawa goes full, it's like a stalemate, alright? Until the first person runs out of stamina. That's like when the person, loses. But only times Aizawa's ever won in a spar with the Deku is when he first met him. That was it. The reason why Deku and Aizawa know each other is because Deku's dad was big in the military. I'm talking big. So meeting heroes and all that were like pretty much common. So yeah. And Aizawa was like, I guess, someone that Deku's dad helped out one time, like gave him a smoke, really. So yeah, it's really something else. So what ends up happening here is this. Everybody's wondering what Deku's quirk is. He explains it a little bit, but he's also kind of just like waiting too, because he knows someone else is there. He can hear their breathing. Yeah, he can hear their breathing. Also, if you're wondering what kind of games that Deku played with Momo when they were kids, it was mostly hide and seek and kid games. But the only game that she ever won at was green light, red light. That's the only game, because little girls are little girls and they're annoying. Um, but yeah, so yeah, Deku, he wins at every time in hide and seek. Even Spec Ops can't find him. So yeah. So for Aizawa's little exam, when he shows up, Deku's unfazed by this, and he's just been waiting. And I would say Aizawa's like, oh, hey, Deku, you're, Zuko, you're actually in my class. And everybody looks at him, and they're all like, what the hell? He knows him? What the fuck? So what ends up happening here is this. Deku, he pretty much gets off the hook because he knows what Deku can do, and this is like literally just overkill. Because the quirk assessment test, it's not going to work really much for him because he's too well trained, and he knows what's going to happen. So there's no point in having someone go against him like this. Now, remember, Deku, next part, Heroes vs. Villains. Remember, Deku, he knew Kanchan, well, not Kanchan, Bakugo. I'm tired, alright? I have not slept all night. So, he knew Bakugo until he was like 8, where he transferred and went to live with Momo and went to a different school, etc. So, yeah, Deku, he is ridiculously powerful at this point. I would say even Bakugo never really fought him. Like, once the first time they fought was like when they were 5, and even then they just like stopped fighting because what happened was Deku just kicked him in the face and knocked him out. And like I'm talking like straight up jump kick, like drop kicked him, and yeah. So yeah, drop kicking Bakugo. So that's fun. Now, what happens next is this. Next is, Deku's hero suit. This is basically it. Now, Deku is wearing a gas mask because of eyewear, and also because you never know what someone else's quirk is. Also, it's good to be prepared, is what his father told him. The gas mask is also linked with some filters that can shoot up adrenaline into his body, which kind of help him move faster and kind of get going more. So, yeah, it's just some adrenaline shots, I would say. kind of. But yeah, Deku also has a few knives on him. I would say it's on his legs, arms, and also on his vest. Now, he has lead gloves for punching harder and all that, and otherwise he's just basically tactical. And on the back, he's got medical tools for first aid. Now, what's going to happen next is this. Deku, he is ready. He's ready to fight Bakugo. And what he does is he is going to be sneaking around. Yeah, he's going to sneak past Bakugo. And how he does this is pretty simple. He just stays in the shadows, and when he sees Bakugo, he actually just punches him in the face. Well, not in the face, but in the back of his head, knocking him out. And who's with him in the Heroes vs. Villains? Not Araka, it's Momo. Now, Momo, Deku and Momo, he kind of, they've done kind of like a stealth kind of thing before when they were escaping kidnappers and stuff like that. So she knows kind of like what to give him sometimes. And it was kind of just like a black cloak. That's all he needed. So to like just hide in the shadows. So, yeah. Now for what's going to happen with Ida. Now, seeing how Ida has like a whole engine outfit, Deku's kind of done his research on heroes, so he knows who's who and how it works. His main ability that he's really skilled in is reconnaissance. He's always been great in reconnaissance. He's able to analyze someone really well. Hint, hint to what he can do in the actual anime. So, fun. Now, what's going to happen with Ida is this. Deku, he has a knife, so he is going to be using that knife. How is he going to be using that knife? Simple. Ida comes at him. He cuts his leg. Not a main artery, but it's going to definitely feel bad. Like, it hurts a lot. The blades are kind of way too sharp for him for their own good, really. And Deku, they're basically just combat knives, like bayonets. And what he does there is basically just this. He grabs Ida, punches him in the face, slashes across his chest, and then basically using a type of dust he's got. It's basically just salt, really. Just got some salt in his pocket. Reason why he's got salt is because ice quirks and also salt is awesome. But basically he just rubs it into the injury and pretty much hits him in the back of the head with his elbow with all of his might, knocking him out. And where do you get the salt? Momo. Now, this is going to be the fun part. So Momo touches the bomb. Well, she's about to, and then Bakugo tackles her. And Deku throws a knife into Bakugo's butt cheek, his buttocks, right in his left butt cheek. And then quickly, with his furious skills, throws Ida to the wall, knocking him out even more. Well, just completely owning him. And then grabs Bakugo, ripping the blade out and slashing across his legs, and then stabbing into his hand into the wall, and then assisting Momo, making sure she's okay. She's alright, other than the bruises, but that's about it. And then comes the, she touches the bomb, they win. And Deku does not get any problems mainly because Aizawa was there, Recovery Girl was there, so it was really much of a problem, but All Might was mad at him for doing that. And also seeing how, he is a bodyguard, he's like, okay, just don't do it again, because what you did there is alright. He's been through a lot. He's seen her get hurt. So he doesn't like seeing her get hurt. And Momo was kind of against the idea of him coming to UA, so there's that. Now, next is going to be the USJ. And real quick, Momo, Deku, there may be a thing. I'm not going to tell you, but Mignetta was cut, so there's going to be Kendo there. Forgot to mention that. And, so that's basically about it for Heroes vs. Villains. Again, the guy I was talking to about this, I'm going to put his link in the description. Check his stuff out. Awesome guy. Apparently he's going to do a video today or soon. But yeah, he's a great guy to hang out with. Great guy coming up with, help me out with some ideas. And yeah, awesome guy to hang out with. Oh my god, he's so funny. He is such a funny guy. Oh man. Anywho. So yeah, go check his video out. There's all of his channel out. Subscribe to him. Help give him some love. Anywho, yeah. USJ. So for the USJ, I'm going to do that in the next video of this. So this was what if Deku was Alfred Pennyworth. Again, go check out his video. The guy I'm talking about. The guy that's in the description. Check it out. He's an awesome guy. Peace out. Have a good day and a good night. Peace.